in my opinion. I think they have the laning that can go really well for them, and they're good enough to win the game, right? But they start with Magnus Wyvern trying to scale, and then they end up going Weaver DK. Now they're taking a different approach, you know what I mean? I don't think they fully committed to one or the other. We have no Puppy Ench with TA taking Roche minute 7. Now we're like, they try to play LGD's game, and then they revert to something maybe a little bit faster. I don't know if it's going to pay off for them, but Puppy has proven, you know, being one of the greatest minds of Dota.
Well, we're going to have to see what the coaches think themselves as we have Frankie on the sidelines with Heen, Secret's coach.
Thanks, guys. Heen, plenty of counter picks in your draft there. Did it go how you expected it to go?
Sort of, yeah. I think the first half of the draft is usually easy to predict and prepare, and the later half is situational, so we weren't really surprised in this draft.
Well, Heen, the game is getting underway. Thank you so much for talking to us. We're going to head over to Synderen and Suns fan to get it underway.
Thank you very much, Frankie. Best of 3 upper bracket finals. Synderen, Secret versus PSG.LGD. The Juggernauts finally clash. PSG.LGD, basically the favorites of the entire tournament, and they didn't really slow down much in the group stage, but did lose one game, and it was to Team Secret.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's funny to look back on how the group stage went and realize that I think in the second game of that series, PSG kind of rolled them, but like you said, it was the one game that they lost. I believe in that game, PSG.LGD were rocking some Alchemist Death Prophet strategy. Might have been their only Alchemist pick of the tournament. And Secret just found a solution. They beat them with, ironically, Ogre Tiny in that game. So this time around will be played by the PSG.LGD side, so maybe took a little bit away from that series and want to bring it into this match today against Team Secret. But yeah, after we've seen a lot of the main event played, I think it makes so much sense that these teams are going to face off in this upper bracket final.
Yep, it's only fitting for sure, as Ame is going to be playing that Tiny. And I do want to talk about Tiny for a bit, but first, Magnus. These two heroes, in fact, are the two heroes of the tournament right now. They're continuing to get through. I do have to say, every TI, there's a couple of heroes that just get past the ban stage for whatever reason, even though they're extremely powerful. But I think the difference for me, I might be biased because I love strength heroes, these are really exciting heroes to watch, especially the Magnus. So happy to see that this time around.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of, how to say, they just make plays, right? That's what makes them so exciting to watch, is that they make moments. Tiny with the insane cleave damage and the single target burst potential. And Magnus we've seen Horn Toss make many a play already. Yep. And of course the team fight potential here. So yeah, should be good to watch. In the off lane, we are actually going to see the lane that Seb was talking about would be problematic here for Secret. So we'll see how it goes. He predicted that Y on the Ogre would be able to just shut the Winter Wyvern of Yapzor out of the lane, and as a result that Secret might put the Wyvern 5, but they have still opted for putting Puppy in the safe lane on that Snapfire. So yeah, if Seb is right here, this should mean a great start for Ame, as he would effectively be playing more or less one-on-one against the Magnus in lane, while Y would be bullying away Yapzor.
Definitely see Shockwave not able to connect there for Zai. He's going to be playing the Magnus this time around. And Matu playing the position 1 Weaver. So things kind of going as expected. Faith Beyond on the Lycan this time around. So are we expecting the Aghanim Scepter into the bite of Tiny, turning him into a Rock Wolf hybrid?
We are very much expecting that. It seems to be the clear-cut plan that PSG.LGD showed Secret immediately on their third pick. They're like, this is what we're going to do. Yeah. Secret with some decent solutions, right? You've got 2 BKB piercing disables through Winter's Curse as well as RP. You've got the instant catch of Dragon Knight. And speaking of Dragon Knight, he is destroying. Nothing to say in mid. Nisha is 12-4 against 3-2. Nothing to say spot.
Kind of unheard. I mean, Nothing to Say has been owning so hard. We talk about how he's the one dominating his lanes usually. But you're right, this is not remotely close. It is still early, but it's a DK.
It is a DK favored matchup, but I don't think it generally goes this well for the Dragon Knight. So Nisha must have done something really, really well in the first few waves here.
Yep, gets another Dragon Tail, more denies to come, just continuing to dominate. I mean, we typically don't spend too much time talking about the CS, but this is very one-sided so far in this mid lane.
Good news for LGD is, of course, Ame is the current farm leader by quite a margin. More or less just getting everything he wants in this top lane. The only thing he needs to truly worry about is the Arctic Burn, just chipping away at him. But, fortunately for them, Y can expend as much gold as needed on buying extra regen for the Tiny to stay safe in the lane, as Ogre Magi is very item independent. Even in the laning stage, isn't too important to get those boots, for example. Can just act as effectively a wall with his spells.
And nothing to say. I mean, he spent so much time trying to go get that bounty rune, and Yapzor just denies it essentially by taking it himself. He is finding absolutely nothing in this lane. We'll see if they end up trying to rotate somebody over to help him out in a couple minutes here with probably the 6-minute rune, I would assume. But not so good so far for nothing to say. But, I mean, in terms of comeback potential, what kind of options does Puck have in this specific game?
It's okay. I think, obviously, Puck thrives if it wins its lane, but I don't think for PSG.LGD's lineup that it's integral that Nothing to Say is owning. That's the good news, is that if you were to lose a lane here for LGD by a bit, I honestly think losing the Puck lane is almost the best, right? You want the Lycan to get the gold for the Wolf Bite like we talked about, and you want Tiny to be the shining carry of this game. Puck is not going to truly carry. He's going to be utility. Nisha.
Yep, Nisha, illusory orb with the Fire Spirits of Jin Q. He's burning down. Nice body blocks from Nothing to Say. Not going to be enough for a kill, but forces Nisha out for now. In fact, they're actually going to go back onto Nothing to Say instead. Gets off the illusory orb, but the stun comes out. Yapzor with the first blood. And Team Secret actually get another kill. Matu kills Faith Beyond in the bot lane. So Crimson witnesses for everybody. So just kidding. Only a small percentage of people. Check your inventory, guys.
Except if you're Fog, then you get one
My
every game.
God, how could he be so
It's the luckiest person.
11 Crimson witnesses.
So, yeah, if you get left alone as Lycan against Weaver, Snapfire, this is a really rough lane. Lycan fares pretty poorly in a lot of 1v2s. You don't have any mobility, your defensive capabilities. You're okay with the Helm of Iron Will, but it's not nearly enough against the overwhelming damage of the minus armor that these two heroes have together in lane. So it does pay the price there for Xinq's rotations. Puppey is very much laying into him here. Xinq will have to back off, use the salve. Yeah, Secret absolutely off to a great start in this game, number one. I think if they could just see the game state right now with the exact farm, they would feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
All of their cores are getting what they want for the most part.
But of course, you are playing against a Tiny Cinder, and we've seen this so many times before. It's Faith Beyond. Oh, nice cookie from Puppey. Ends up stunning Faith Beyond. Has to kill off the bugs, and looks like he's just barely going to live. Matu doesn't have another Shikuchi for a little bit here. Might be pursuing now. Not worth the trouble, as more rotations came in for PSG.LGD. You can see Nothing to Say getting harassed out of lane again, as Nisha's Dragon Form comes out to do some corrosive breath damage to that tower.
Nisha will get his level 6 here, so there is some play potential made with a Dream Coil, but the good news for Secret in that sense is that the supporting cast of PSG.LGD doesn't really gank Dragon Knight very well right now. Ogre as well as Phoenix don't have burst damage. It's damage over time, and Dragon Knight's regen works very well against this type of damage, so he should be completely fine to just stay there and keep pressuring the tower. There's the
He's going to use his first coil. It's only onto the Wyvern, though.
Oh, he might get
Nisha
tailed
pursuing,
here.
yep, Dragon Tail not able to be dodged. That's going to be an easy kill for Team Secret. As it looks like the sacrifice will be Yapzor for a 1-for-1, as Nisha's still looking for a high five, pursuing it to the high ground. Still in the Dragon Form right now. Why? Ticking away slowly.
Okay.
Looks like he will survive, though. He got pretty good value out of that Dragon Form. Getting a kill, getting the bunch of damage to that tier 1 tower,
Yeah.
and obviously the kill being on Nothing to Say is huge.
And
for
Team Secret clearly understand that the position that their Dragon Knight is in. I'm sure Nisha communicated, you know, my game is great right now, let's play around me, let's put some pressure mid, and both teams make big rotations here to try to continue this pressure onto that mid lane and the Puck. Nothing to Say will, at the very least here, be able to get a full wave with double range creeps, so getting a little bit of comeback, but as it stands right now is 400 net worth behind that Dragon Knight with 2 deaths. Honestly, thought it might have been worse than that, right? Like when we saw the start, he's keeping up somewhat okay here, and the bigger lane that Secret has the biggest win in is, as a matter of fact, the bottom lane with that Weaver massively out-farming Lycan.
Yeah, Matu already has Treads, Falcon Blade, so gonna do some damage to Jin Q, forcing out that dive. But yeah, just early laning stage advantage for Team Secret. Is this a lineup that you think that they can, oh, you're gonna see the Avatos from Ame, tossing Secret away. Is this a lineup from Secret that you feel like can really take advantage of just like an early lead like this? Like, is it an easy to execute lineup?
I think when Magnus gets the Blink Dagger, I think you have a lot of options with both Dragon Knight and Magnus Blinks. You have a clear-cut stun, you have a repositioning ability against a team with 0 saves, except Sunray. So I definitely think Secret can turn this into a potentially snowbally game at around minute 15, while PSG.LGD might still be building up a little bit on their Lycan. But I'm with Seb on the logic here that in a way Secret are a bit on a timer, right? Like LGD's lineup feels like it can scale better, but they also do have that weak spot. And Secret has been very good at executing in specific points of the game this tournament. So if they identify when they need to get stuff done with their DK and Magnus, they definitely have like a 5 to 10 minute power play where I feel like they're just gonna be stronger. So Nisha's back onto mid. Bloodless the tower here does Y.
Not going to be much of a defense other than pulling that wave, like you said. Nisha will be perfectly happy with that. Just continues to right-click away. There's nothing to say. Being pursued a bit by Matu, but not wanting to get Waning Rifted and potentially taken out.
And it looks like PSG.LGD are making the decision to not even try to defend mid. They're actually just going to trade for bot. This is widely considered a bad trade. The mid tower having higher priority and being more difficult to siege in general, but they've only parked Y there, and now, well, Xinqiu's gonna arrive, but it's too late.
Too late.
Tower's gone, so 1-for-1 tower. I think Secret again happy with this.
Yeah, 4-person smoke from Secret as Ame is in the jungle. See who they actually try to pursue. Matu. He's gonna run into Ame. Avalanche has already been expended.
Matu did steal the Centaur creep though.
I try to go for this tier 1, but
small wins. Yeah.
Secret basically all in the top lane for the most part, minus Puppy.
Zai will keep him mid though, so they are getting a little bit of value out of the Dragon form up top, but not much. It expires now, and Zai will make sure that Secret don't end up trading 2 for 2 on towers here, but rather that they hold their mid while taking top. So really good stuff here. I think rotating Magnus mid is probably the best choice. It was either him or the Wyvern, but I think Wyvern is a bit concerned with just getting dove, as that is going to happen to Puppy instead. We'll get the cookie off.
Yeah, there's a little bit of space there. Continue to get pursued, but Yapzor's in the vicinity, gets the cold embrace on. That's going to negate all that physical damage. Now Faith Beyond rethinking his decisions here. Will just have to walk away, but Puppy basically dying to just these creeps. Very, I mean, that's death from 1,000 bites, Cinderin.
Yep.
Does not feel good, but PSG.LGD get what they want there.
Funny situation, you know, there was a really good juke from Puppy. I think this is how he buys the most time, but also how he puts himself in the worst position and the follow-up. And Secret do spend 2 TPs rotating down there with Wyvern and Dragon Knight to effectively not do anything much with it. So I think in hindsight, you know, sometimes you just cut your hero. It's not like this was going to turn into a tower push from PSG.LGD. I think they were just going to grab that 1 kill. And they will be very happy to also get those 2 rotations out of it, making space for Xinqiu in the top lane. Green Coil.
Yeah, Coil has to be expended. Nothing to say, trying to get these little bugs off. Xinqiu helps out a bit as well, but still being forced out completely by Matu. So Matu working on the Maelstrom, so about 1,200 away from finishing that.
I feel like Weaver is the single strongest hero in the game to buy Falcon Blade on. And that's an item that's been gaining a lot of popularity in this recent patch after the extra buffs in 730. Even at the times when Falcon Blade was a rarer purchase, we would still sometimes see it on this specific hero, and it's because Weaver is a very much tempo-based carry, and all of the stats are just incredible. You want the mana regions, you can spam Shukuchi for the farm, you need health because you inherently have pretty atrocious strength gain on this hero and bad base stats, and you want the damage because you're a carry. So obviously has been a feel-good item for a lot of carries here, but we've seen it fade a little bit in popularity, but it's remained the pickup for Weaver through the entire tournament as a carry. And you're seeing there, right? He feels very confident up here, just pressuring the puck and the Phoenix in the lane. They don't have enough to take him down.
Yeah. Well, in terms of item pickups, Zai, is that a... Yeah, Blink Dagger just got delivered to him, so that's obviously a big deal for the Initiation-based hero. That is Magnus. Nisha finds Y for now. Yapzor not able to catch up, though. They're going to take an Ignite for their troubles here. Nothing to say. Finished Veil of Discord, by the way, and actually bottled the Arcane Rune as well.
Very interesting to see him not get a single point in phase shift against Dragon Knight. It is a dodgeable stun if you're playing on distance, but going for the full-on damage approach here, nothing to say. And this is an important smoke for them. They're going to try to collapse with Shapeshift onto the mid tower. If they could find a pick, they could get this tower, but Secret with a good read are already all moving top toward Ame. And he will probably TP away. He's going to go bottom and play the triangle instead.
Oh my god, that was
very close. From
about a half second away, but gets away nonetheless.
And Secret probably, they're going to rep back to mid, and Puppy will take care of Probably just scatter blasting this wave and then backing off, just pulling it with the little shredder, but well, Secret need to do something more than this if they want to hold it. Just the summons of Lycan are doing it on their own, and Snapfire can't kill these off without using ulti. Yeah. In which case, you could just pull them away for a second and go back in. This is a really good push from LGD, by the way. They're giving Secret no opening, essentially, by doing it this way, but at the same time also forcing heroes to be in position and ready. But this is such a low commitment play. You just have a Lycan with the creeps there and the Vlads.
Yeah, they're just farming the jungle, poking at the tower.
Yep.
Forcing Secret to be
Smoke
kind of in an
again.
awkward spot. And yep, now the smoke comes out from PSG.LGD. Let's see what they want to do here. Nothing to say. Still working on his Blink Dagger. 1,000 away from that. As got off to a slightly rough start, but based on his performances so far this tournament, I expect him to definitely bounce back in the mid-game. Wrapping back around top of the Roche pit. And you can see that Matu is in the general area.
Oh, he's in trouble here. He's not expecting this move at all. There's a coil.
Yep, there's the... All right, they're going to get the coil off. He's not going to break it quite yet. Now he does, and, well, still silent, still stunned, and brought down. Big kill for PSG.LGD, but Nisha and company want to get some revenge. Cooking on top of the Dragon Tail. Y taking most of the damage. It looks like he'll take out eventually. RP gets dodged by nothing to say. Has the illusory orb come out, but there's the curse to follow. It is enough to bring him down, so a 2-for-1. As the first death was, of course, Matu, but now the chase with Faith Beyond, popping that ultimate. Puppey just getting decimated by this Sunray. And with this, I believe PSG.LGD will back away.
Really
Wolf
clutch.
versus Dragon.
Really, really clutch phase shift dodge on the RP, but still can't get out, and they get on top of him with the Dragon Knight and get the kill. And the curse next to the Lycan summons, this is something you need to keep in mind all game as Faith Beyond is a lot of the time on Lycan you can try to play around the curse so you don't get your hero stuck to your own creeps, but you also need to play them around your teammates. And in like these clutch positions on the map on high grounds, it can be difficult to find an attack angle without exposing someone. And Yapsor very quick to identify that, all right, there's going to be an illusory orb coming out of this phase shift. I'm going to just curse him next to the wolves and he's going to die. So very, very nice from Yapsor.
Into the Roche pit, Secret goes now. Nisha, of course, does not have his ultimate to work with. Zai, no RP. But I know a lot of ults are down for PSG.LGD as well. Although Coil is online. But it's Roche is already at half HP. Looks like this is just going to be given up. I'm not even sure if they're aware this is happening.
I think they have a pretty good idea and are opting not to go. They're just too far away.
And they get the deny on Roche. That would be pretty epic. No. Matu gets the Aegis, Secret gets Roche. Oh.
Well, against some of the teams in the tournament, they would have been able to deny the Aegis there with the Wolf because nobody would have picked it up.
That's true.
Secret have watched the replays and have identified that Aegis of the Immortal does give you an advantage and is worth taking on a hero.
Yes.
So they will grab it there onto Matu. Very happy that he did his research there. Very new element to the game, Aegis of the Immortal.
I mean, it's one of those things where the pressure is so high, you can't emulate this, you know? And sometimes you're just thinking about other stuff, Cinder, and you know this all the time, Cass. You literally don't listen to anything. Well, you don't listen to anything either.
That's
so
true.
I don't know. I don't know how you get by in life, to be perfectly honest. Ame has the Shadow Blade with the Echo Saber in tow, going for the Blink Dagger next, and then into the Silver Edge. So pretty standard build for the Tiny here. And how close are we to... I mean, Helm of the Overlord was finished now for Faith Beyond, and Ags will be next. So we're seeing basically the same build. Quelling Blade, no boots.
Now, what creep do you want on the Helm of the Overlord? Do you want the Dragon or do you want the Golem? I'm not sure, actually. Even the Thunderhide is super good for Tiny with that attack speed.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to get a Golem this time around, of course. Doesn't get to choose. He gets whatever spawns here. The max health is nice, but at the same time, Wyvern does a decent job.
The Golem synergizes really nicely with Tiny Cinder. Maybe they'll confuse that for the real hero.
Yes.
See? Anything's possible at TI. The pressure really gets to you. Sometimes you see things. Basically an even game, though, in terms of net worth right now. Still 3 minutes to go with the Aegis for Matu. Let's see what Secret can do to try to take advantage of this second life.
And it is worth keeping in mind, this is a 17.5-minute game that has 9 kills, and Ame has been in 0. He's 0-0-0. He's playing the Merlina Medusa of old, literally just farming side lanes, hoping his team wins the game until it's over. It's a very memorable game for me. It's all the way back from Dota 1, but when Merlina, I believe he was playing for King KS Int at the time. He had a game, he ended 0-0-0 and won as Medusa.
Man, what a
Hit
boss.
creeps all game.
What a boss.
And then they won. But Ame is going to get involved now, has Dagger and Shadow Blade, so now the farm is going to, the net worth is going to be put to use, so to speak.
Right.
As they are making an invasive play here into the enemy triangle. Going to be farming it up. One of the nice things about Helm of the Overlord, it can just farm ancient camps very easily. So as long as Secret aren't willing to take the risk of going there, there's some extra income for Faith Beyond. Naturally, oh, they might find Matumba again.
Mato has a good idea that they're here, though, based on how he's playing.
Keep in mind, by the way, the two carries, Tiny level 15, Weaver level 12.
That's
Weaver
true.
won his lane. Like, this is just...
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
going to
Tiny
swarm
in a
off Faith
nutshell.
Beyond using his ult, mostly for defensive purposes here. But Ame's in the vicinity, gets the avalanche toss, and down goes the Aegis.
Oh, Zai almost died.
Yeah, Zai gets cold embraced in the meantime, still has his RP to work with, but it's the Golem that's beating the crap out of him. Will have to back away, and now Nisha in his dragon form still has his BKB available to go. But here comes Puck, he has to force out the BKB. Nothing to say, he's gonna get stunned, but gets the coil off. It's only onto one from the backside. You see the Mortimer Kisses coming as well from so far away, but the cancel from Ame blows up Puppy. Mid Mortimer's Kisses, still has his buyback though. Matu, time lapses, okay.
Playing it close there.
Absolutely.
That's one of those high-risk, low-reward plays where you could get one attack in on the Ogre, not even close to killing him.
It
but
looked awesome.
It did.
Flashy
Took a
Matu.
risk.
I love it. It's Ame. Yeah, he is. This hero is so insane right now. It's so hard to, I mean, late game it feels like, oh, we've seen so many games where it's like a 1v4 and like, okay, surely they'll kill Tiny and he just beats the crap out of everybody. Everybody just has to run away.
Yeah, so we're going to see immediate burst here. Look at how much collateral damage he did to Zai there with just the combo and the tree throw, but good cold embrace does keep him alive against the ancient granite golem who, you know, you shouldn't underestimate this. When we talk about Helm of the Overlord, a lot of the time we focus on, okay, is it the dragon can split push waves? Is it the golem that gives AoE health to the team? But it hits for 250.
Yeah, they all do. They're
It's
all
like
very
a hero.
strong.
It is actually an extra hero that you get as Lycan. I think Faith Beyond didn't even attack anything with his hero that fight. It's literally just the golem and the wolves doing the work.
As we're going to see an Orchid pickup by Yapzor. So going for
Somewhat late by
silence
his
here.
standards, minute 20 here. Is very good against Puck for a while, but ultimately it will fall off as Puck starts getting a good defensive counter item such as Yule's, Lincoln's, Disc. Currently, looks like he will go straight for the Disc, has the recipe and the Arcane Boot, so nothing to say. Wants that solution to Dragon Tail Orchid immediately. And if you want to be clutch as Secret against that, you kind of need to force out the Disc reset and then make another go. It's hard to imagine a play where they can one-shot combo him. Because if you force out the Disc, what's your follow-up? Like, all of the status resist is just going to make it too difficult to take him down before he gets his spells off and resets.
Secret have smoked up now. I mean, this is so exciting. Every team at this stage of the tournament now very close in skill. Most people give LGD the advantage, but I don't know if it's that much. There's the initiation onto Jin Q. Orchid going to prevent any type of getaway here. Nisha gets credit for that kill.
Yeah, nice pick. It is unfortunate for Secret only onto position 4, but it could start the makings of a push on the bottom tier 1 tower. At least looks like Nisha is planning on getting something done here, but at the same time Matu is showing in mid. So LGD are offered two choices here basically. They could try to go and defend their bottom tower knowing there's no Weaver, or making the map read that, okay, they're only showing Dragon Knight and Snap here, they could try to invade and kill the Weaver in the triangle. Presented with those two choices, they are going to defend bottom tower with Ame's Tiny. And he is now going to Shadow Blade up. Can he actually one-shot combo the Magnus with 2k health?
I'll
He has
just say
9
yes.
armor.
I'll just say yes.
He hit. Okay, well, he can one-shot the creep wave. That's confirmed.
Wow, that's shocking at this stage of the game.
Can't believe it.
I mean, I don't want to underestimate Tiny. I mean, he's holding a Christmas tree, for God's sake. Only
Yeah.
a complete sadist would beat the crap out of people with something like that. But
If you did have to choose a tree as a weapon, I think it's not the worst choice, but I do think there would be better types of trees as well.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of tweets about what would be the best tree for destroying somebody on the enemy team. I mean, it does have a pointy end, so.
Yeah.
And the ornaments can really hurt.
A lot of needles. That's true.
Plastic is terrible for the environment. Probably terrible for these heroes
Depending on what the ornaments are made out of.
That's true.
They have the same color as the ancient granite golem's eyes, so maybe previous victims of Tiny engraved into that tree.
That would be a great Arcana addition.
Sounds like an episode of Slax's lore show.
Yeah,
Sure, he
we're
can
not
come up with a
going to
theory.
say the name of the show because, you know, we don't want to plug anything.
Yeah, we don't do that.
2K net worth lead here for PSG.LGD. Nothing to say. Like you said, the end, this is ready to be assembled, basically. Just waiting for the right time here.
Yeah.
As Zai, haven't really seen like a true initiation with the RP. We've seen like the single RP that basically at the beginning when he got his Blink Dagger initially, but not much since then. There's the Horn Toss, Skewer back. Looking for a quick kill on Y, and they'll get it. Seeing the power of this Horn Toss, Cinder, and this shard is S tier right now,
Yep.
no doubt about it.
Basically has around the same AoE, I believe a little bit more than Axe Call.
Okay.
Not around your entire hero, but in the frontal cone. It's bigger than Call, and obviously pulls enemies back so you can skewer, so very strong.
All right, Faith Beyond, Aghanim Scepter online. So
yeah,
he
Secret
can bite
haven't
Tiny.
really managed to put the amount of pressure that I think they would have liked
Yeah.
before this now comes out. Because Ame, okay, let's summarize what Ame has buffing him up right now. He has 4k health, by the way. So he has Ancient Granite Golem for the health, he has Bloodlust, he has Wolf Bite.
He now has a Christmas tree as a wolf. This is a new tradition that PSG.LGD is trying to get. The Avalanche Toss Matthew gets blown up. Even pops the BKB, but cannot live through that.
Merry Christmas,
Puppy,
Secret.
early Merry Christmas for them. Puppy does survive the onslaught, though.
It's a Disco Wolf. I can't take this game seriously.
Gets the Avatar. There's the RP from Zai, but it's more than a defensive maneuver. 2 dead for Secret, and no buybacks to work with. The egg is popped. All right, Nisha is able to get that at the very least, but his BKB won't be around for that much longer, and so will his life. Cinderin, 3 dead and only 1 kill for Secret here. PSG.LGD really taking advantage of these timings.
I remember when Dragon Knight was the tanky hero, Shannon. Those were the days. But then the Dire invented the Christmas tree. And that just pierces through all armor you could possibly imagine.
That's right.
Obviously, the Silver Edge factor should be considered against the DK as well. I don't even think that was part of that kill right there. Had been using it previously for that Weaver burst, but... Yikes.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And obviously, there's no way to know this, but the Avalanche toss, Matu actually survived through that. Pop BKB, then die. If he had time lapse, he would have lived, almost certainly.
I don't know if he could have got the animation off. I think he BKB'd and instantly spammed time lapse.
Yeah, it might have been a too long of a cast animation.
Yeah,
That's
I think
true.
so.
I mean, either way, that's not a decision that you can really fault him for regardless. But 5k net worth lead now for PSG.LGD, and Tiny Ame is looking quite scary.
He has 350 CS minute 25.
Yeah.
That
this is what Santa Claus looks like in hell.
How many CS is that per minute, Sunsfan? You have a very
I wasn't
good
listening
education
to
in
a
that.
word.
How
that you
many
just said.
CS does he have per minute? 350 in 26 minutes. Do the math quickly.
8 million.
That is very close to the truth. Good guess, good guess. It is more along the lines of, I would guess, about 13 or 14.
Okay.
But 8 million is not a bad guess for a first try.
Appreciate that, Cinderin.
Yeah, very good.
American education at its best again. So, what can Secret do to get back into this game? They have a lot of initiation. Again, we talked about Zai. They haven't been the ones to really start the fights in a lot of these cases. The PSG.LGD smokes have really set the tempo of this game, especially after the online activation of the Aghanim Scepter for Faith Beyond. As we're going to see Tiny in wolf form again.
Christmas come early.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
I don't see the
got a
Christmas
star
tree
over his
anymore.
head. He doesn't find anyone.
He just has ornaments on his body. There's no... My God.
That's terrifying. It's a wolf that's glowing with lights everywhere. It just throws a tree out of its mouth.
Yeah, it's a thing of nightmares for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously has his shard, as you can see, so don't... Unless he throws the Christmas tree, he'll have it up, despite what it looks like right now.
Oh, wait, when he throws the tree out of his mouth, he loses all of his glimmer, because that's from carrying the tree.
Right.
So... All right.
One of the best cosmetics in the game, no doubt. That's the one I equip as well. Matu
Roche is up again.
has his BKB, obviously, but hasn't really found much farm after the fact. Cinderin has the Chrysalis right now, and they need a lot more damage from him. But really the problem is he can't survive a lot of this damage as well.
I think, honestly, that's the key word right now for Secret. Where's the damage? I think that's the biggest problem. How do you kill Tiny with 4k health and 20 armor with these heroes? Weaver doesn't have a Daedalus yet. Your Magnus has gone full utility build. Your Dragon Knight doesn't have AC. Wyvern does good damage, Honestly, I think YapzOr needs to play the key role in killing the Tiny. He needs to somehow get the Curse Orchid and a lot of damage from Arctic Burn, or they're just not taking him out.
Well, the problem is now, even if you use Orchid on Tiny,
He has Satanic.
he has Satanic to dispel it.
Goodness.
So he is looking pretty. Going for a Moon Shard next. All
And
right.
he has Spider Legs as well, so now he can cross terrain as a dog.
So he's going to be a wolf rock spider hybrid.
The Quick Fox
With a Christmas tree. Don't
Jumps
forget
the
that.
wall.
Very important aspect. There's the Avatar. And the break onto Nisha. He's going to get saved by the cookie. Here comes the RP onto 2. You can see the Sunray doing a ton of damage, trying to heal up Ame, and that Satanic is doing a really good job of that. He's going to be able to find at least 1 kill here. The coil was on a couple of heroes as YapzOr's going to take a tumble, but bunch of buyback from Team Secret. They want to try to win this fight. But PSG.LGD, they're only going to cost them 1 buyback, and now the pressure is on to Matu on this Weaver, getting extremely low. But is able to sliver away just fine, Cinderin. PSG.LGD only lose 1.
Yep.
It's basically 3 buybacks for 1.
I wonder if there was a play there for YapzOr where he could have got a Curse, but I don't know if there's enough in the tank, right? Like, what's going to kill the Tiny in the Curse? It's a couple of Lycan summons and probably still gets the Satanic off in the end and finds the kill, so... Honestly, Secret did a lot of things right there in order to kill the Tiny, but the numbers just aren't favoring them anymore. You imagine a type of fight of that kind 10 minutes ago and Secret probably kill him there, but obviously LGD never presented them with the opportunity until now that they feel strong enough that they will come out ahead. Now 8k gold lead for them in a very good position.
Even with a nice RP on Ame, obviously with the 20 talent giving you extra status resist, it's going to be hard. I mean, even with all the lockdown in the world, they just don't have the damage still. It's just the main issue.
And you see the confidence from Ame. He's actually confident enough that he doesn't need armor, that he's just going to go for the Moon Shard. The armor will be coming from Lycan getting the AC. A lot of the times you will see the Tiny... Oh, actually, they swapped it around. He wasn't confident after all. So they're going to get the Shard on Lycan for the split pushing Wolves, and then Tiny himself will be carrying the AC. I guess the communication was something along the lines of, probably Faith Beyond's like, I'm getting AC next, and Ame's like, I kind of need the armor, so I want to get it. That extra 10 is very important for him to stay ahead, basically, because you did see a glimmer of hope there for Secret that, you know, a little bit more damage on their cores and maybe there's a kill there. So Ame wants to stay ahead of the curve with
well, we have an initiation from Nisha, but the Sunray from afar, nothing to say, is super fine. Even the Orchid being used and the Curse on top. But there's the Avatos in wolf form. Down goes YapzOr to start this fight. 70 seconds, no buyback.
Kind of reminding me a little bit of a Little Red Riding Hood here, just that
Jesus.
Wyvern is...
Yes?
Wyvern doesn't really fit into that story so well.
Yeah,
I
was wondering where we're going to go with that, but I don't know what children's stories they say.
I was wondering where Rush was going to go, and it was down. 5-second kill.
Yeah, Aegis down.
And they get the Shard too.
Faith Beyond.
For now, he might pass it on. He was planning on buying it anyway. I think, okay, they have it on Phoenix already. Who could they even give it to at this point? Ogre?
Nisha. All right, Secret do find a kill.
All right, gave the Shard to Puck.
Okay, so Waning Rift, yeah, a little bit of knockback, which synergizes with the ult, and it gives you a little bit of vision to be able to de-ward and whatnot.
Yep.
That's solid.
Some nice fairy dust.
It fits the lore, I think. I think that's fine.
It does. Fun fact about Puck, inspired by, which play was it again by Shakespeare? A Midsummer Night's Dream, I think.
Sure, I definitely read that one in school.
You don't know books, you only know movies. I don't know either, but I can pretend.
Yeah, I like how you bring up something you have no knowledge of and then rely on me who also has no knowledge of it.
Oh, my entire life is built around pretending.
That's
you
true.
Have no idea.
Fake it till you make it.
Yep.
That is the best advice you can give anybody.
And then you keep faking after you've made it.
Yes, you keep 6k net worth lead just from Ame and Matu. Just the discrepancy there. That is pretty gigantic. But if they can find a way, I mean, obviously with the Aegis, it's going to be difficult, but if they can find a way to kill Tiny, then it's a little bit more it's way more manageable for Secret to actually win a fight here.
Okay, how do they kill him twice? Let's theory craft a little bit here. You're probably looking at a Horn Tusk Skewer into Fountain.
Yeah.
And then you need Cookie or Dragon Tail for the first life.
Okay.
But the problem
you need level 20 on Zai to get that Skewer talent.
Exactly. Zai isn't 20, so I don't know.
I think you also need Aghanim Scepter on YapzOr to get the constant burn, percentage-based damage.
Yeah, could help. Okay, Ame's going to go ahead and 5-shot this top tower.
Okay.
Fair enough.
He's looking very nice. He's 25 now, so ends up taking the 2 toss charges.
And mid tower, 1, 2, 3, 4,
And,
5.
oh, okay. Lacking a little bit on damage there, Ame. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't as impressive as we've seen so far this game.
Gotta step it up. All right.
Maybe if he was a wolf, he could have killed it.
500 CS minute 33 for Ame.
Okay.
For comparison, Matsu with very good farm has 360 on Weaver.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see the break onto Nisha. Able to disrupt the Avatos combo though from Ame.
Ame has that extra toss charge, so with that level 25 might be able to solo the Dragon Knight even if he gets the full-on combo with Avatos into the secondary toss before Dragon Tail comes out. He's gonna get bit though. And go on the hunt for Matu, who he's expecting might try to poke either the bottom tier 2 tower or farm this area down here that is being scouted by a wolf, but very wisely Matu just hiding off in the side. Now it's going to show with the bugs and hide again. There's no detection, I believe, on Ame, so can't kill him off, and he's going to TP out. Good read from the Tumba Men there.
You just need to do that a million times more. I mean, that does waste a lot of time for Ame, obviously, but they're still sporting a double-digit net worth lead right now. And there's a double damage rune bottom.
It's going to be taken by Puck.
Okay. That's a little bit surprising, I won't lie.
It's pretty good on Tiny, I've heard.
Yeah,
maybe he can start
so.
3-shutting towers then.
Yeah, but nothing to say is like, you know what? I had a rough start to this game. I only have 1 kill right now. Tiny's getting all the credit. Time for me to show up here. Has the Octarine Core, Boots of Travel, Eon Disc, Blink, and Veil. He has...
You wouldn't think he got stomped in lane, would you?
I know. He's bounced back pretty admirably, I have to say.
Oh, he might see Matsu here. He could coil. He had gem.
No.
Very
so
close.
Already expending the Arctic Burn here. So only a minute left on this Aegis. And, I mean, oh, okay, we have the Skewer back. This is onto Y again, so it's going to be a freebie. He seems to be the only one that Secret can kill pretty reliably without getting baited into a pretty big team fight.
Dragons, the Elder Dragon form is expended for this from Nisha, so once Ogre respawns, they are down that key spell. But the good news for Secret is they're effectively denying the Aegis value, right? There's 40 seconds left on Ame. He has not hit a base tower yet. So good job from them not getting caught out. I think what LGD really wants in this game, their play call, is we want to find any core and then force the buyback with a high ground push. But without finding that core, they just haven't felt confident to just press the issue. And it's understandable. You're against Wyvern, you're against Magnus. It can get dicey in the enemy base always. You get skewered into towers, and then if the enemy team tries to help, there's that curse. And LGD are probably confident as well that, well, guess what? If we're just farming, we still have plenty of room to grow. Tiny will be getting a Swift Blink sometime soon. And wonder what he's going to get last, actually, here for Ame. He's going to swap in the treads now.
I would think Daedalus.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Daedalus plus Silver Edge, I think that's fine still, right? Double crit, but
yeah.
I mean, you could eventually, if you kill Roche again, get the Ags, which I don't know, Ags is interesting on Tiny because it's from a distance, right? It's not exactly how he's playing right now. As Nisha, he's going to get the Arcane Rune successfully here. But yeah, still room to grow. I mean, we've seen Butterfly, obviously, in the past.
Wonder if there's any point he wants BKB as well.
That's true. You could be that guy and buy BKB.
Then you're only playing into Curse and RP, and you know you're not dying in either of them. And while you're BKB'd, you're forcing them to use those spells, or their heroes are just going to disappear.
So Matu did get his shard, so this is going to allow the Swarm to reveal Invis units, which should be pretty helpful against these Shadow Blades.
Yep. It gives him a bit more spread damage with the Geminate attack. Pretty common pickup for Weaver. It increases your effective damage output in teamfights by quite a lot if you get the right position.
Yep, and I mean at 25, I'm guessing you take the Geminate attack talent as well, right? Because that just synergizes even more with the shard.
Probably, yeah. I think you do in this game at least. You're still starved for damage, right? Like you've pointed out a couple of times, they're killing the Ogre, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, Secret, despite kind of being stuck in their base, the lead for PSG.LGD hasn't really grown by much in the last few minutes. It feels kind of like it's tapered off a bit. They're just kind of at a standstill to some degree. Take control of their outpost again and their jungle as a whole. As PSG.LGD almost certainly just waiting for the next Roche, which will be Roche number 3.
They're really banking on at some point Secret are going to slip up and get caught, but they haven't for the last 5 minutes. They haven't been able to find a single core kill. They keep using this wolf bite onto Ame and letting him chase, but There's just nothing to be found. Secret are always in the right position, but... Oh, that's an easy kill on that. Some of the Overlord. Secret will finally make their way into their own triangle to try to reclaim some ground. And I would imagine PSG.LGD will just Lycan over.
I don't know if he keeps that, but Leveler on Tiny.
Oh my goodness. Well, he's going to hold on to the Ascetics cap for now.
Yeah, you could just wait for the building hitting, I guess. Just for the extra siege damage, but... yeah, you can't get much better item than that from the jungle for pushing the tower.
Even the Leveler's base stats are kind of nice, right? The 50 attack speed and 5 armor.
Wait, it gets 5 armor?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's so random.
It got changed a while back. I think it used to be 60 attack speed.
How could a weapon give you armor? Good offense is a good defense? Is that,
I guess so,
is that the saying? Or the best offense is a good... You're supposed to correct me when I'm wrong, Cinder.
Yeah, it's a play by Shakespeare. Look it up.
Yeah, he was really into basketball back then. Pretty sure he invented it. As we can see, the lead is, I mean, it's growing a bit, but I mean, typically in the cases like this where they're getting starved of the map, like at this point, I would expect like a 22K or more lead for.
That was a very specific number.
Yep, because it makes you sound smart if you get very specific. Oh my God! Yapsar's dead. 2-shot.
Wonderful. Well,
I'm dead.
I found him. Finally, a pick for.
I'm dead.
Nice voice lines there. Let's just keep layering them while Yapsor is still dead.
Can they just keep saying that? Then we don't need to cast. Just keep saying I'm dead until the game's over.
One day it shall take our jobs, no doubt.
Ultimately, we're going to have so many voice lines that can narrate an entire game.
We got the waning grip, but
Coil, no.
Kuchuing away. Yeah, not taking the bait.
Interesting. I thought coiling there would feel good for nothing to say. You know, you've got Octuring Core, the cooldown's pretty low, and forcing BKB charges is by no means a waste.
Seeing a replay here of Yapsor dying in 2 hits, as he is actually kind of happy about that. He finds it amusing.
It's like, I survived the first hit. Did you guys see it? I didn't get one shot.
As we have a Sheepstick picked up by Faith Beyond now. So he is, he's really farmed himself.
Yep. Interesting choice. Obviously goes for something different. Oh, okay.
Double damage again.
Okay, I want to see him kill Roche with this. I think he's not going to. I think he's going to kill it without it, unless Secret try and contest, but he will hit for, what is that? 905.
Yeah.
When he's close to everything that he wants. Something like that.
Pretty good. That's what
Alright, we'll fight double damage. Okay.
Okay, they want to go for a fight. Now he has the Bloodlust applied. Ame. How many shots will it take? He finds Nisha. No, we'll back away for now. Oh my God! Yapsor's dead in 1 shot this time. Nisha, despite having the BKB. Oh my God! Secret are crumbling because Tiny is gigantic. Ame.
What happened to
into the Roche baby? Nisha already used his Dragon Form, so even if he buys back, all right, Roche is dead. That has Aghanim's Scepter on it, and I believe that Nothing to Say took that, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, and he consumes it, so...
Let me ask you a question. When is the last time you saw a hero that wasn't PA crit for over 2K without a Rapier?
About 30 seconds ago, Cinder. And the buildings, there we go. He's not even putting the Leveler in his inventory. Happy with the Penta Edge Sword. There's the buyback onto Nisha. And the buildings are going down quite fast. Oh, all right, gonna get the toss with the skewer back into the tier 4. He's gonna have the buyback now onto Matu. Stun onto Ame. Can they kill the raid boss? Nope, he's just gonna heal back to full HP again. And of course, he still has that Aegis for another 4 minutes.
Super heads-up play from Nothing to Say. They're getting into them on the back line when
Secret has to get something out of this. Zai looking for an opening, but it's not gonna be found. Instead, he's gonna go out of his grave. Buys back into the game. Looks like Nisha, that's a dieback. 120 seconds in the grave for you. Ame triple kill. Wolf, Christmas tree, lights. Just say anything, and it makes sense at this point, Cinder. And that's 2 sets of racks for LGD.
Broccoli.
Into the top lane they go. And Matu, well, that's 1 shot to half HP. Has to time-lapse it up. Already expends the BKB. They can't defend this. There's absolutely no way. 45K net worth lead out of nowhere for PSG.LGD. The skewer back on the Faith Beyond. Can they get a consolation kill of any kind? It's not looking like it because there goes Ame again.
Whatever.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
What an absolutely filthy performance from Ame. Oh my goodness. Gaben, help us. Tiny is on another level. I mean, we
like
talked about how Magnus was kind of the hero of the tournament, but Tiny's up there as well, Cinder.
I feel like that like half a second or a second of puppy we just saw on camera before it cut away. It's just him like smiling, like, what can you do?
Time to ban Tiny, I guess.
Absolutely ridiculous. And I think what's so fascinating about this game, honestly, if we were to break it down just a little bit before we throw it back to the panel, is like this was such a stalemate for so long. Effectively, PSG.LGD and Secret were kind of avoiding each other.
Closer to their identity and what they have shown so far leading up to their matchup against LGD. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about this game because I think this could easily be a 1-1 if the lanes are stable and if Secret get what they, they just showed a great Dota card. I love it.
I completely agree. I think just in terms of the draft plan, like Ursa, LGD, they plan for a Monkey King with the Legion Save on. I think Ursa is actually one of the only carries who can punch through that.
Yeah.
Like Secret, if they find the right engagement now, their damage comes in really quick. It's hard for LGD to get all their heroes there. They're going to be more spread out on the map because Secret will force them around. I think that suits Secret really well.
And you have a great point too. The Ursa can scale into the Monkey.
And now we're going to have to hear from the coach of LGD, CL8, who's standing on the sidelines with Frankie.
I do have Xiaoba here, and I've got one question for him, which is you are one game away now from making it to the grand finals of TI10. What did you say to the boys before you headed out here for your second draft of the game?
再赢一把就能进总决赛了。出来之前有跟队员们说什么吗？
我们的目标不仅是进总决赛，我们是来拿冠军的。
Our goal is not just getting into the grand finals. Our goal is to take the Aegis home.
Well, you know what? There's quite a lot of people who think you have a very high chance of doing that. Thank you so much, Xiaoba. Good luck. Let's head over to Cinderin and Sunsfan.
Thank you, Frankie. Sunsfan here with Cinder in Game 2, LGD versus Secret in this upper bracket finals. Winner secures himself top 2, Cinderin, and into the grand finals seat as we're seeing a ton of high fives. Great work all around. Great teamwork. I love this. This is what makes Dota great. Now get first blood, for God's sake.
All right, I'm going to try to see who got most high fives. I'm the analyst here. I need to look at the numbers.
Sure.
Looks like Nisha was on the receiving end of 6. Yapsor was in 6. All right.
You gotta love the sportsmanship.
7.
This match, this specific game
8. All right, now Nisha's ahead.
is worth millions of dollars. Okay? Millions.
And
I don't know if you know
the grand
this.
Finals.
I already said
No
that, but
less.
thank you. Secret on the brink of being taken down to the lower bracket if PSG.LGD can get this win. Looking at the lineups here, Cinderin, do you agree with the panel?
Yeah, I think Secret's lineup is very... In a way, it's similar to the last game in the sense of what Secret should be trying to do timing-wise, but the way they get there is totally different. So last game, we were like, okay, Secret, you're going to hit this like minute 15, you want to start taking fights, etc., but they never really managed to be able to fight into LGD from a team fight perspective. This time around, they're going to try to play fast as well, but they do it in a different manner. They're going to be splitting the map more. They're going to try to find pickoffs in side lanes with Beastmaster with Shackle Shot into relocates.
Yep.
They have a really good core matchup in the Ursa against Monkey King and Legion Commander. They have a way of killing Roche's Radiant with Beastmaster Ursa. There's just a lot of good things, and honestly, when it comes to Secret in this tournament, I think in many ways their best hero has been Matumba Man on that Ursa. They've had a lot of really great wins, so when it's crunch time here and they have to get a W here, I think it's a very great choice for them to try to go for this. And I think LGD weren't expecting this last pick Ursa. They were, you see IO Gyro, it's very easy to default into mode, oh, that's IO Gyro carry. But Nisha is one of the players that does play this mid once in a while. So I think maybe a little bit of an element of surprise favoring Secret as well here. That said, though, LGD's lineup is very stable. Strong team fight, good scaling, and all of the things that 7AUI talked about with enabling Monkey King are very much true here.
I mean, Secret had to ban Tiny. They had to ban Magnus. That leaves Elder Titan open. That leaves Monkey King open, as Ame's going to be playing that position 1 this time around. Yapsor taking some damage. I want to talk about mid lane again, though, Cinderin. Gyro versus Lesh. Who wins this lane? Not one we get to see too often.
I would feel like just instinctively that Lesh is favored here, especially when he starts hitting level 3 and level 5 for just the Lightning Storm harass. Gyro is a short-range carry, so in order for him to go and get CS, he needs to expose himself to taking that damage. Leshrek's base armor isn't the best, though, so Flat Cannon can make a difference in this lane if Nisha even goes to skill it at all. He might just go max out the other 2 spells and play this a little bit Thompson style with the more aggressive roaming way of playing here, but Yeah, I do overall like Lesh here a bit more, I have to say. But for now, they're pretty even. As a matter of fact, Nisha is actually pulling a bit ahead on the first waves.
Yeah, he's off to a pretty good start. I mean, I guess from his perspective, as long as you just tie the lane, I guess maybe that's the goal. I don't know, but we'll see what the rotations come out in this early game for Team Secret. Although you do have an IO, so that's not really a ganking potential. I guess Yapzor is the one person that could try to set something up on this Wind Ranger.
Nightmare.
Yep, Nightmare into nothing, though. It's just going to delay things, trying to take out this boar, as Zai will have to deny it himself. But the Courier, okay. Looks like Yapzor is able to clean that one up.
It's something that's worth keeping in mind about the Bane against Beastmaster matchup in lane, is that Bane is actually relatively good at killing the boars. If you find an angle to get in behind, you have a lot of damage, and you trade really well. And killing boars might sound like a small thing, but these, they give a lot of experience in gold if you manage to get them. That time around, though, Zai did get the deny. But it is something that Wive will very much be looking for in the lane. Even if you don't kill the boars, as long as you force them out, realistically that should result in less farm for the offlane Beastmaster. And it's relatively safe to do it. Hold on now, he could be in a bit of trouble here. Yapzor might find an angle. He doesn't have Shackle Shot, so what would he find an angle for? Good question, Suns fan. Angle for the power shot, I guess.
Angle for the right click.
Yes,
that's the correct answer.
Very good angle. Does more damage from
You know, don't spread
degrees.
misinformation. This is how it starts, Cinder, and it snowballs from there.
Yep.
But bot lane, I can see Matu, like you said, playing the Ursa. And, I mean, the mid lane still, I mean, I would say it's relatively even. A lot more denies going the way of Nisha, though. Is the homing missile coming for nothing to say? Yapzor comes in as well. The homing missile connects, but the Split Earth follows suit as well. Rocket Barrage doing so much damage in this early game. Nothing to say. Forced to go to the other side. Nisha not quite in range to actually finish him off, though, so nothing to say. Gonna be able to get to the high ground successfully. Gets off the Split Earth, but he's kind of stuck here. He doesn't even have mana. Has to deny himself to these creeps. Yeah, so still wasting a lot of time. That's 20 seconds.
And that might have looked like a really weird gank. This is a level 2 Wind Ranger TPing mid, but Wind Run, even level 1, is very nice for kills. Like this, the 15% slow for Gyros to just keep running down the Lesh. The extra bit of right-click damage on the power shot was enough to at least force the deny. And like you said, yeah, he doesn't give the gold over to Nisha, but this is like a full free wave plus all the wasted time of the Lesh. Effectively, Nisha is now very far ahead in that mid lane. Closing in on level 5.5. So when he gets level 6, I think we could see Yapzor maybe even move into mid again. Yeah. And that time around, nothing to say will not be able to pull off what he just did.
Yeah, Matu gonna chase Faith Beyond, but Jinkyu with that Elder Titan, very hard to fight into with that Echo Stomp ability. I mean, okay, so for Nisha, because I haven't gotten to see a ton of games on him playing this mid Gyro, is the build, is it any different than position 1 Gyro? Do you still, I mean, Io gets the choice, I guess, later game who he wants to actually attach to, but what about the build overall?
I don't know what he wants to do in this game. I think there's different approaches to it. You can go more of a carry style build with the Dragon Lance build up, but you can also either look for something like Diffusal, or you could look for even a spellcasting build with Veil E-Blade, which I think we've seen Thompson play sometimes in the past. But bottom line, Puppey is just getting mauled!
Oh my god! First blood goes the way of PSG.LGD. Jinkyu with the briefcase. He has definitely come to play, Cinderin. But I mean, you have to give up something, right? We talked about the Tiny and Magnus. Elder Titan has been extremely strong and been banned in a lot of games as well.
That is a pretty nasty lane synergy when you think about it. Just giving Elder Titan all that attack speed. Easy kill for him. Onto Puppey. Will TP mid. Refill a little bit here. They're going to try to contest the bottom rune against NTS, but Shackle almost latching. They will get the haste here, though. Nice for Nisha. This is a really good rune on Gyro mid.
Yeah.
With that 3 points in Rocket Barrage, he has a great amount of chase down potential onto any hero in the game right now.
Nothing to say. About to hit level 6 here with the next creep, as long as it's not denied. But you can see the level advantage going the way of Nisha, of course. But Matu, with that rotation, kind of has to play a little bit safe in the bot lane.
Puppey will deny the bounty as well. And now he's in trouble, potentially. We'll look for a tether onto Gyro. We'll get it here. Okay. Nisha with the haste means Puppey also has haste. Fun for the whole family.
That's right.
They're not going to do anything.
Yeah, you could just try to bait some TPs potentially, but Y is making his rotation over through the river here, level 3 on this Bane Elemental. And, sorry, just Bane now.
Yep.
The Elemental was deleted from his name, sadly. As he's still working on his boots here. Faith Beyond playing the Legion Commander this time around. have some great dispel options with the homing missile, with the roar, of course. Can't dispel fury swipes, but which more so a thing in the laning stage, I suppose. Is all right, mid lane. Why? He said made his rotation, but Puppey gonna heal up Nisha pretty nicely here. As the 8-minute rune will be up to 46. Matu in the meantime has to pop his Enrage. Yapzor TP's here as well.
I was just about to say Matu's doing so great in this lane. He's level 6 against level 4 Legion, but 1v2, they still just absolutely crush him with this Elder Titan with Press the Attack. It's gonna get eyes on each other here. Yapzor will seize Jin-Q.
Yep.
Well, he's running it through 3 heroes here, that Spirit. So would hit very hard if he had a target, but...
I mean, is there a point with Matu just tries to go into the jungle, getting like a Morbid Mass, something like that? Or I guess with Puppey here, can just get his
finding Yapzor here, he's going to need to wind run this.
Yep. 8-minute rune.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It is top lane.
Yeah, we have not even talked about Ame this game. There's a Monkey King in this game.
That's true.
He's just free farming. The lane matchup is obviously very good against the Beastmaster, so he is level 7.5 against Zai's level 5, measly level 5, and it's because Yapzor has made these moves. In particular, the mid first attempt onto Leshrac obviously comes at a cost. As playing Beastmaster against Monkey Bane is absolutely terrifying.
Having said that, when you get to mid to late game as Matu, going to be forced out here. There's nothing to say. He's made his transition over. Level 7 now on that Leshrac. Yapzor in the vicinity as well, but I believe they know he's here. Diabolic Edict with that Pulse Nova going to work. Nothing to say. He's going to get initiated on by Matu. But the Press the Attack takes off the Shackle. Matu has to take or use his Enrage now to just back off. So they've expended quite a few resources, but do defend the tower. But playing Beastmaster against Monkey King, especially in its position 1, just axes with the vision to take down the trees. That could have huge implications in this match. As this tier 1 tower looking to be taken out by PSG.LGD. Echo Stomp not going to connect Matu. Oh, Shackle, but the Press the Attack again to dispel that. Nice sidestep by Matu. Sidestep that Split Earth. There's nothing to say, just getting chased now. One more right click will do it. Down he goes, and Nisha's made his transition here as well. So a nice 2-for-1 special for Secret.
Yeah, great sidestep from Matu, like you said. Very important that that Split Earth doesn't connect. It gives him the confidence to chase them down. And I believe he was tethered the whole time as well, so giving him that little bit of extra attack and move speed that he needs to get that Lesh kill completed. With Gyro rotating as well. You do defend the tower. You did a lot of damage to it though as PSG.LGD. You took down about 85% of it or something like that. Mid lane Nightmare.
Yeah, we got the Nightmare, but nice. Split Earth, yeah. Nightmare's taken off by Puppey, very nicely done. Here comes the call down, trying to get the kill onto Y instead now. He gets the Brain Sap off, here comes the Echo Stomp. Another sidestep from Nisha, leads to a kill for Secret. And Nisha working on, I believe that was a Diffusal Blade. So going for the Diffusal Blade into Ags, I would assume. And maybe we'll see a Diffusal Blade on Ursa as well, I don't know, but a lot of mana drain against this Leshrac.
Diffusal is a good item against Monkey King in a lot of situations, I think, for Gyro. You know, you get the nice mana burn, the slowdown, so you can chase him down when you're in a favorable position, and you can create distance when you're not. Then you just diffuse him and run away. So I definitely see a lot of value in that here for Nisha. Yep. Bottom lane pressure is going to be applied again by PSG.LGD. Secret will give up the tower this time. Not interested in going there.
Ooh! Pretty close, actually.
Did he just solo him?
He did, indeed. Wait, top net worth for Ame.
How did Ame solo him? I didn't see that.
He just right-click him. It was actually pretty simple.
Okay, so Puppey was trying to ward, I'm assuming, and had nobody to tether to?
Yep, slightly out of position. Okay. But top lane looking to be taken out now by Secret, as bot lane has already been given up. So it's going to be essentially evened up on towers now. And Matu, yeah, he is working on Diffusal as well, so going to see a lot of mana burn this game. Which means BKB for Nothing to Say is going to be ultra important. Going for the Euls first to set up his own Split Earth. It's going to be fun casting these fights with Split Earth and Earth Splitter. Yeah, sure that won't get screwed up.
Finding a 50% chance every time.
Yep, 50-50.
It's not bad.
Jin-Q working on a drums. Okay. Not an item we get to see very often anymore, but I love it.
Yeah, and this was going to happen in this game.
Really?
Secret will get the Roche with Ursa Io. Yeah, so about the drum, I think the way LGD are thinking about this is they need to squeeze every little bit of move speed and attack speed out of this game that they can, because it's going to be like a brawl once fights eventually break out. Like Secret will try to look, as we talked about, they'll try to find these pickoffs around the map, and with any sort of movement speed bonus you can give your team, maybe you can reset away from these dangerous situations, or you can, you know, just reset in general. Creating distance between yourself and the Secret lineup is very, very useful. It's Ursa, it's Gyro, they want to run you down over extended periods of time. And there's multiple heroes in his team that really benefit from the attack speed. Legion Commander in the duel, Monkey King, like Seb and AUI talked about, get those 4 hits, right?
Zai running into an invisible, nothing to say, but Matu can see him rage off to try to go for Y instead, but there's the Fiend's Grip. It's not going to last very long thanks to that status resist. Zai was already taken out, so it's a 1-for-1. As you can see, Nisha hooked up with Puppey right now. Trying to create some space in this enemy jungle, so looks like it'll end at a 1-for-1, but definitely in favor of PSG.LGD.
Yeah. And one more thing, just to finish off on the whole drums thing. Xingqiu is building his Elder Titan as a true, I don't want to call it true position 4, but I think you get what I mean when I say that. Like
he's getting Ags after this, by the way.
He's doing damage, okay? He's not gonna, he hasn't even skilled his aura yet on level 7. He's going 2-4-0. Just really wants to get that Astral Spirit in there and get in and deal damage. There's a lot of value to having high level Spirit here, get all that armor and just go in and draw attention away from your Lesh. And I think the way LGD think about it is, well, if we send in all of our heroes in full force, Secret might be able to kill one, but it's going to come at a cost. You can't ignore an Elder Titan that has level 4 Astral Spirit running through your team.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nice check
definitely
from
a beast.
Look it out.
That's true, though. A lot of position 4s you can kind of ignore to some degree. As we see
at
the Vault ability used by Y, but he can't jump high enough to get out of this. So down he goes to Matu. And the relocate will likely just bring them back to their original location, which is mid. So a little baby blink here into the tier 1 tower. Have the Alpha Wolf available for the extra damage.
They're going to give it up. And nice play from Secret.
All right. So very even game to start this. Although last game kind of started the same way, and it was really Ame's Tiny that started to really create the separation, as we talked about ad nauseum.
It doesn't feel like there's going to be as much of an unbeatable carry this game for Secret to face, though.
Is that because Tiny's not in the game?
That is a really big part of it. Okay. They will, of course, still buff him up with ET, with the drum, with Press the Attack, with a Natural Order eventually, but at least for now, Secret are in a pretty good position in this game. Unfortunately for them, not really seeming to be able to get very much value out of the Aegis. At least they got them the mid-tier 1, but I bet they would love to be able to get a little bit more with this, like find a fight with Relo, or maybe get some top tower damage, or even the full tower, but it's not looking very likely right now with the way LGD are pushing out the waves.
Matu's Diffusal on the way. Nisha, his Diffusal on the way, so they're going to have double Diffuse to work with Cinderin. And I'm assuming BKBs will be coming right afterwards. And for the side of PSG.LGD, I mean, what items are important for them this game? Obviously the Blink Dagger for the Legion is probably one of the most important ones, but I would assume Nothing to Say has to go for, I mean, is it a BKB right after Yules, or do you need to, I mean, once he sees these Diffusals come out, it's going to hurt him.
The 2 BKBs are definitely huge. I think Elder Titan's Ags, something further down the line, will be insanely powerful this game as well. Xingqiu going to try to stall this tower push with a good stomp.
Yeah, with the overwhelming odds as well, but
they still have to glyph if they want to hold, and they will.
So Secret will back up as a result. Only 50 seconds left on the Aegis, so they don't want to overextend here, because despite going against the Elder Titan, they will have the Roche advantage for the majority of this game.
Monster's taking some pretty serious damage here. We'll have to back off there a bit. And I wonder if PSG.LGD are trying to stall for the Aegis to expire and that they actually want to fight. Like we've talked about, Secret's lineup is more eager to take fights that are a little bit more scrappy, a little more skirmish-like in nature, where they get to split the enemy team apart. And LGD would love to play more tight-knit together around this Elder Titan Leshrac combination. So Secret will yield and not try to force the issue, and they will lose their Aegis here as a result without really getting too much out of it. Well, they're somewhat sticking around. Now, out we go to the mid lane.
All right. Now that we have a little bit of downtime, Synderen, trivia time for you.
Oh, no.
What's the active of diffusal? We've had this conversation before.
Oh, I have answered this correctly in the past.
Yep. Don't hover over it. Don't do it, Observer. You can do it, Synderen.
Why can't I remember this?
Diffusal blade slow. What is it?
I forgot.
Inhibit.
Inhibit, yes.
One of the greatest names of all time. One that you would never guess.
I got a quick one for
dictionary.
you. What's the active of Trusty Shovel?
Dig.
Good.
Get wrecked. All right, now we can put this.
That was very hard.
Now we can put this terrible segment to bed as this is the upper bracket final, Synderen. Stop going off topic. For God's sake, we got the BKB now online.
Not bad, I guess.
For Ame as he takes apart his Echo Saber, so we'll likely just finish that again.
Yep.
What is the item for him that really helps him take off?
Oh, that's the
In his
BKB.
position 1. I mean, past the BKB. Like, what would the next item be after Echo Saber? So we've seen a little bit of variation.
Yeah.
And we don't see Ags anymore either on this hero.
There's a couple of approaches. Sometimes I think Deso can be really good. Sometimes AC, sometimes Scotty. I would imagine he gets one of those 3 this game. There is maybe a case to be made for a Butterfly. You're playing against Ursa, Gyro, and Windranger.
Sure.
So maybe, but the Windranger's like flat out full support build. So don't think you consider her too much of a threat.
Why being spotted out here? You can see the Wukong's command from afar. Ame is going to force out the Enraged Matu. And Secret on full retreat. So ulti for ulti. One has a considerably lower cooldown.
Yep.
We'll see if Secret can try to take advantage of that or not. And, I mean, they have a lot of tree killing capabilities, so being on the trees in general for Ame is pretty risky this game. You got the Windranger, you got and the axes from Beastmaster as well. You see now a smoke. All right, Secret looking to get active here.
Doesn't look all that likely that they find a skirmish, though. This is likely going to turn into a 5v5 with the Roar. They are thinking about going for Nothing to Say, who has already pushed out the wave and is on his way back into the jungle. If he goes and farms this hard camp, he's probably dead, actually.
Yep. Nisha, not quite the vision, but they see the Pulse Nova, the Vault from the Horsey. Not enough to catch up, though. The homing missile will end up connecting, but you have reinforcements from PSG.LGD. Nightmare save.
What an insane read from Nothing to Say that was. It's one thing that he avoids the gank, but he even started a little bit on the big camp before he backed off. And ran back through small.
Now we have a full team smoke from PSG.LGD.
Yeah, because now they know where Secret are. So now
but they're scanned.
Yep, they're
Secret
scanned
does
out.
scan them successfully. The courier apparently didn't get the memo, but is going to be left alive, apparently.
They can follow it on the way to Zai, though.
Yeah, all right. They actually auto-attack at once, and Zai doesn't really notice. Faith Beyond jumps in with that Blade Mail and the duel. This is going to lead to his first victory of the game. As the Echo Stomp does connect, but not sure if PSG.LGD want to pursue any further. Ame on the trees. And a power shot again, scaring him away. So nice duel victory there for Faith Beyond.
Yeah, that looked kind of strange. It looked like Secret with that scan had figured out exactly what was coming, and they all backed off, and they still ended up having Zai a little bit stranded.
Yeah, Nothing to Say has been inhibited, but another save on the homing missile. So another Blink Dagger being built here from Yapzor, still pretty far away, but we're starting to see a lot of these core items come online.
Sharon, I gotta say,
yes,
Nightmare, one of the most satisfying abilities to use in the game.
Really?
It is so
Do you have
nice.
like a quota that like once per day you have to say that?
I'm hired by Valve.
Okay,
To make the game look good,
point.
and
you know,
it's a good spell. I gotta say,
one of the most satisfying
That's,
passives in the game is Philosopher's Stone. Boy, every second just feels so good. Nothing to Say, getting some jungle time right now, but see, Matu gets back into the Boundless Strike. He's gonna get healed though for the meantime. Popsy and Rage. You can see the duel go off, but not a whole lot of damage to follow. As Faith Beyond is able to scurry away in his pick form. They're gonna stop the Fiend's Grip in its tracks. Ame's already popped his BKB. Roche at half health.
Nice reset out from Secret here. They managed to lose absolutely nobody in that. Their Ursa was so low health when this whole thing started. LGD, are you actually going to try your luck with Roche? There's no way, right? No, they're just clearing out the pit from the Hawk.
Yep, and Rage up in 20 seconds, so Matu, of course, he does have Puppey on his team to help save. So he can play a little bit more aggressive since some of these BKBs are down for PSG.LGD.
No roar, no reload for Secret. So any catch now for LGD is big. They don't have their saves available this time.
And Earth Splitter, which is one of the biggest things in this Roche fight, is down for a long time.
Yep. And Xingqiu even has no mana. He's back in base.
Yep, Homing Missile forcing Y back. He's going to get slowed. Trying to create as much space as possible. There's the Gale Force. Nothing to say. Has to pop his BKB. The Legion Commander's dead. Nothing to say. Getting pursued by Nisha. Creating as much space as possible for Matu to get not only the Aegis, but the Shard as well. They're continuing to pursue here. Nisha, at the very least, they'll get Y. That's going to be an easy one, but looks like Nothing to say is a little bit too fast. Jin-Q in the meantime, though. Rocket Barrage is there. Trying to take out Puppey, but the juking around the trees. The high five will not be reciprocated. Jin-Q into the base he goes. He's just so fast. But Matu, there's the inhibit into the kill, Cinderin. Huge inhibit play from Matu.
Love the way that Secret set all of that up. They just take full advantage of the key cooldowns on LGD's side. And they go in for the Roche simultaneously. Gyro is effectively zoning off 2 heroes. And the first use of Gale Force. What a beautiful cast there from YapzOr.
That is a really good shard, by the way.
Yeah, it is really good.
Global ability. Man, that's...
Yeah. It's one of the most satisfying spells to use in the game.
From a viewer perspective, I can't deny you that one. As you see the heat map here for YapzOr. Oh, Faith Beyond jumping in with that Blade Mail. That's going to be a dual victory for him. As Matu working on this tier 2 top.
It is going to be a Maelstrom now for Ame. Not going for the Skadi or Deso. We'll be getting the more... I'm not sure what I want to call this, like mixed damage, a little bit more farm-heavy item. Obviously, it is amazing for his ult. There's no denying that. And it is completed now. So basically more spread damage, right? If you place a good Wukongs, you do a lot of spread damage with the Maelstrom. It is pretty standard. It was one of the items I forgot to mention when I went over all the options that he had. So definitely another good choice here. And a very close game once again. But it feels like this time Secret have... There's a little more potential for winning this game. Like, it's basically neck and neck, but there's not... I don't know about you. I don't get the same feeling that, in 10 minutes, all hell is going to break loose, right?
Well, because there's no Tiny.
Yeah, but
We've had this conversation.
It's not just that, though. It's also
Gale Force on the Jin-Q. Being brought back into the force of the Primal Roar. Nice kill there for Secret. Easy pickoff indeed. Matu gets off the defusal. Faith Beyond just continuing to get right-clicked away. The bash connects as well. Into the Piggy, though. Pig pull. Will it work again? Earthshock. A couple more right clicks will suffice, but TPs are coming. And that is Ame, the monkey versus the bear, getting up some nice right clicks on the Matu. It's up the Earthshock with... All right, that's the Aegis. Down he goes inside the Wukong's command now. Yep, no Io with that ult available. Matu might just be left to die here. And indeed, he does. So a little bit over-aggression there from Matu.
Yeah, I think it just took him way longer to chase that than he was expecting. Again, pig pull, so amazing. Just really changing things up there. Bought an extra couple of seconds, I think, for Faith Beyond. And at that point,
a month ago, that would have been a sarcastic comment.
Yeah.
And by a month ago, I mean like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me today.
Hell yeah.
Cinderin. Puppey's getting some farm in the jungle in the meantime. Nisha has his Dragon Lance, is now going for Aghanim Scepter. I thought that this would have been purchased a little bit earlier, but...
Yeah, opted for the... Yeah, with the Dragon Lance, I guess you want the safety against perhaps, you want a little bit more distance against Legion Commander, against Elder Titan, and most importantly, against the Monkey King Ring. It gives you more options to hit from outside that. Not to mention, of course, the stats on this item still very good. 16 agility, 12 strength is pretty good value for what you pay.
Yep, for sure. Matu getting help from Puppey in the jungle now. We already saw the Basher, and BKB is next on the menu for him. And I feel like a lot of these fights, Cinderin, are going to come down to, I mean, not the most uncommon thing, but Roche is so important.
Yeah.
And I think it's more so if PSG.LGD are able to deny Roche from Secret. That is the biggest deal, as opposed to, because with this entire plan in mind, we're assuming Secret's getting every Roche for the most part, right?
Yeah, it's the most likely thing. I think one of the really good things about denying Roche from Secret is then that Secret don't get it. I agree.
Jin-Q, Gale Force, he's able to walk it off.
It
looks like me when there's a lot of wind, just trying to waddle away.
Are you trying to win the awkward contest or what? I concede. I concede. Yeah, it is true though, in all seriousness. It's more important for LGD that Secret don't have it than that they have it themselves. It is an amazing Aegis carrier in the Leshrac, of course, but I think Secret's offensive plays in this game very much come down to Matsu's ability to play almost over-aggressively, and he needs the Aegis to be able to do that consistently in fights. So, yeah, LGD, I have a feeling they'll try to contest the next one. Honestly, they did try to contest the second one, really. Yeah. But they didn't get enough out of the initial contest that they tried to do, and then they got punished even when they were looking at it a little bit more afterwards by Secret just playing a really good two-front play.
I mean, it's not easy to deny them the Roche, but no. I mean, the two main abilities are Astral Spirit with the ult from Elder Titan, and then obviously Wukong's command, which last time the Earth Splitter was on cooldown. So that was the biggest reason probably for them to concede it, as Jin-Q is still working on that Axe. Not super far away, about 1,600 from finishing that. So that'll give them the spell immunity every time the Astral Spirit comes back based on how many heroes it's hit.
Yep. The theme of the game here for LGD seems to be magic immunity, right? 2 BKB Chorus, they have to press the attack shard, they get the Elder Titan Axe. Alright.
Up Gale Force, Shackle immediately dispelled, but the homing missile will not be, Cinderin. Will not be denied its very satisfying sound of dink. Oh. Nisha. 2,000 away from Ags for himself, so that gives him the double attack essentially. Which, with Diffusal, can be pretty strong considering... I mean, we saw, what was that, Thompson, Gyro originally getting that against Bristleback in the finals of one of the TIs against Weeha. Weeha when he was on Team Liquid.
Yep. The downside for Secret right now is the bad news is you've bought these 2 Diffusals and they are going to fall off in value against more stat-heavy items, right? Especially when you're playing against multiple magic immunity sources, as we've already covered. A little bit of a dive bomb on the way out. Says hello to nothing to say. So looking at it just strictly from a net worth perspective, I think Secret's net worth has less value right now, unfortunately for them, against LGD Duel. Didn't find it.
He's going to get stopped in his tracks for now. But the BKB is forced out, but there's the Fiend Script to follow. Can they get the bash on the wide? First hit bash is there. Bane ends up dying, but the next big duel onto the Ursa, and down goes Matu. Inside that Wukong's command.
Puppey has to reload him out there on the gyro. Oh, they missed the stun.
Comes back in, hooking up to Nisha, who gets off his call down. Nothing to say, already popped his BKB, so not a whole lot of damage. Coming out of Nisha himself. And the right clicks from Jin-Q are nothing to be scoffed at as Zai, stuck inside his own Gale Force here. He gets dropped. Yapsor trying to get nothing to say at the very least. He'll do so. But again, the boundless strike from Ame. Nisha gets up the Diffusal Blade onto Ame. We have a couple buybacks from Secret. Shackle actually connect, but a huge press the attack. And Ame still being pursued by this homing missile. Looks like he's good to go though. So a couple buybacks end up being wasted here for Secret. At least they get a collateral kill here on Jin-Q. Okay. Well,
he is very fast.
He is quite fast. Pops the drums, press the attack, has the spider legs. Very difficult to catch people for Secret here. And I feel like this Blink Dagger is going to be a huge deal on Zai. And he's about 100 away from getting that. Like, they have no initiation right now other than Gale Force, really.
Honestly, ironically, I said it doesn't matter that that Boundless Strike missed on the IO. It made a huge difference. Puffy actually managed to reset out of that a little bit and delay the fight, and Secret with the buybacks managed to somewhat salvage that, so they only lost the Ursa as their core. But just as good as that was, the disengage from LGD, that could have gone way worse with the circumstances they were in, but a good save across the board with the Legion Commander press, the stomp, and Jin-Q to disengage. And most importantly for them, Roshan is not spawning yet. This is a 2-minute respawn. They obviously don't know this, but imagine Rosh was up right now. Secret could have maybe even looked for it with Leshrac on the sidelines, but not an option for now. As this Rosh is almost maximum respawn time, obviously being 11 minutes. I think this one respawns after like 10:40, just looking at the clock here, 10:45. So that's good news for LGD fans out there. I think they're happy with slower Rosh spawns right now, because Secret's time, it's better than last game. I feel like time is running out slower, but LGD have still weathered the storm very, very well here. And I'm hard-pressed in this patch, in situations like this, to go against Elder Titan late game. It's just incredible how big of a difference this makes. He now has the Ags and Spider Legs, so he's going to run in with haste, go on top of any enemy core and remove all of their base armor. So for Gyro, that's 27. For Ursa, it's 17. None of these heroes have any plus armor items. They're going to be literally taking pure damage from the Monkey King, from the Legion Commander, from Edict, from Elder Titan himself, who could honestly just almost solo the Gyro. So that's a very, very concerning thing that Secret have to find a way to deal with. As now they're probably also going to have to deal with the fact that their top tower is disappearing. They will try to get one of their own bottom, which looks to be successful here for Nisha.
They're going to trade, and they're going to smoke. Yeah, relocate is available for Puppey here as Nisha. You can see his Aghanim Scepter is done. Okay, Shackle shot. Press the attack's not in range. Finally gets it off. The Gale Force to follow Zai. Trying to look for the roar. Does so successfully, but the Force Staff into the other side of the cliff. Nothing to say he's going to live as a result. Matu trying to finish off. Nothing to say. Will he get away? Wukong's command is placed as well. Nisha kind of stuck inside. He's taking so much damage. It's a 1 for 2. Nothing to say is still alive. Finally, Secret can expel that disgusting demon from the depths of Dota. The bash onto Jin Q. This is going to be another kill going the way of Matu. Double kill for him. Double buyback from PSG.LGD as well.
Yeah, they want to protect the Roche. They know that maximum spawn timer is coming up, so Secret will get it for free if they don't have heroes, but I think they're still just going to get it for free. You're 5-on-3. Secret looking to invade first. It has spawned now. They didn't see that, but obviously if they've kept track of it, they know it's coming up now, and the Absol will see it. And they're going to go for Roche after taking this outpost, you would imagine. Really great catch onto the Lesh. He was not expecting the smoke gank, clearly. They saved him for so long, but nothing to say can't. That Force Staff is clutch. And then the Grip, buying the space, but it means Y will die. Nothing to say, has to run away the entire fight, can't fight back. Eventually does get caught, killed. And
such a long chase on Nothing to Say.
Aegis and Cheese going the way of Secret here. Huge.
Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard, actually, which I would assume goes to Beastmaster.
Yeah, sure.
Zai with double roar. I mean, really good patience from Zai, waiting for the press the attack before getting off the roar himself.
Yep.
And kind of unlucky for PSG.LGD that Faith Beyond wasn't really in range to. I mean, he was pretty close, but the tree line area that they were at did not allow him the cast point to be able to actually get that off in time.
Yeah, it took him very long to connect.
And it was an immediate Yules right after.
Yeah. Secret had an exact plan for what they were going to do there. To connect on and finish that kill. So 3k gold, Aegis Cheese Refresher, big swing here for Secret. For the first time in 10 minutes, they are favored by the win probability by a measly 53% to 47.
Wow.
But this is a very important fight coming up. Nisha has a double damage rune. He has to get dueled here by Faith Beyond. Onisha's going to kill them all off. Let's see if they've even noticed he has it. He is rocking the bottle, so showing it on the tower. If anyone had clicked him there, they would know.
Yep. And he still has Aegis for 3.5 minutes. Everything online now for both respective teams. The tier 2 tower will fall. PSG.LGD kind of biding their time here.
Yeah. I think ideally they want to try to outlast the Aegis if they can. Fighting into Secret now is really hard. Double damage on the Gyro. Sure, you've got the armlet on Lesh. Or, armlet, yeah, right. Halberd.
Love to see that.
Yeah, great item. He's got the Halberd on Lesh against the Ursa primarily, but there's still the amount of damage is just going to be overwhelming with the Gyro Aghanim's, so double damage.
And going high ground won't, I mean, even with this Aegis, it's still going to be pretty difficult. It's against an Elder
really
Titan. I don't think Nothing to Say has Shard, but if he were to get it, that would provide a lot of space to be able to try to defend these towers. He did buy it?
Yeah, he has it. So
now we're going to see the Split Earths. Infinity. Oh, Gale Force is there. Nothing to Say. Going to get pressed the attack. And will live.
What a spell.
Yep. Absolutely. Split Earths continuing to decimate here. Okay.
Also found Wild.
Why? Able to be taken out. Matu has to pop his Enrage. Nice status resist there as there's the save from Puppey to the other side of the cliff. And Nisha just continuing to go to town on this tower, and now the barracks. With that double damage like you talked about, Sinner, it's a 5 versus 4. Aegis and Cheese and Refresher Shard still on Secret side. And with that, LGD will just give up the top barracks. So full set for Secret. It's now Butterfly picked up by Ame.
Yeah,
it's still 2 minutes to go. There's no reason to stop.
Gale Force again.
He's now put onto Puppey. Oh, the jump in from Zai. He's just going to get dueled and brought down immediately. 50 seconds, no buyback for him. All right. Nisha, Force Staff out of the Wukong's command. This is not the level 25 monkey talent. He's not quite there yet. So it is manageable for Secret, but I don't think they're going to go without Zai.
That's such an insanely fast boundless strike. Zai was going for a blink roar and got stunned right away, and then they turned it into a dual victory, and that will stop the push, but Secret probably still relatively happy. They got a full lane of barracks. They have a minute and a half left on the Aegis that they probably will end up not really getting to use in this situation.
It's about a 1 minute.
It's good value.
1 minute time window for that.
It's technically possible if they set up the play right away.
But yeah, it's really hard to go high ground without getting that pick off first. So the pick off on Y provided them with quite a bit. And now the neutral items are dropping, Cinder, and anything game breaking here. Got Witchbane.
Spell Prism is very good on Leshrac. Ascetics Cap found on Puppey could also come very much in handy against some of these PSG.LGD heroes like the Legion Commander. They will give Spell Prism over to Nothing to Say. So 18% CDR, 6 all stats, a lot of mono regen. The mono regen largely irrelevant here. I don't think the fights will be long enough for him to run dry, but you never know. It could happen.
Diffusals.
That is true. Against the diffusals, it could make a difference. It's going to be stunning out the Hawk here. Gale Force.
Gale Force again. Nothing to Say, literally running in place. He's on a treadmill. Needs to work out, get some cardio here. 30 seconds with the Aegis. Nisha trying to go for this tier 3. Nothing to Say, doing so much damage though. Nisha has to be forced after safety. They don't want to get baited in with this Aegis expiring.
He obviously does have the Aegis, but dying there
makes that fight really awkward.
Yeah, that could have made it really awkward. Like, we're making it sound like, okay, his death and he's not truly dead, but it would have set the scene for LGD to land all of their connective spells like Elder Tide and Monkey King setup. They do get him out of there. And Secret will go full retreat mode. I wonder what Matsu's going to do with this Abyssal, by the way. I think, honestly, the best pick that Secret can find in the beginning of the fight is Bane. If Matsu can jump on him and kill him off immediately, that makes a huge difference. Obviously, Y has both a 4-step and a telescope to try to save his allies and make sure he gets off a key Fiend script. And he's the only hero that's easy to kill, really, for Secret right now. Dive Bomb, yoink.
And that's assuming, I mean, he would pretty much have to use the Abyssal Blade to try to get that kill, and we're assuming that LC's not in the vicinity to dispel that.
Well, even if he presses, then there can still be a bash proc, and Matsu kills him so fast that a lot of the time he can't react in time, so. And obviously, you know, something we maybe don't talk about enough in general about Bane, Enfeeble. Very important spell. You saw it there in the Siege. He just cast it on the Gyro. Loses 60% damage, 60% regen. And also the cast time reduction as well. So it is a pretty cool spell against Io.
Yeah, true.
That Y could make a big difference with. I think Bane, by the way, one of the highest win rate heroes of the main event. I don't remember what it was, but...
Which, that is not... That's pretty unusual for Bane.
Yep.
Usually his performances are not super noteworthy at any tournament, really.
Can be a bit skewed because PSG.LGD like the hero a lot and they win every game.
That's
except
true.
Maybe this one. And they did go 2-1 against T1, of course. Bracket.
If you're just joining us, this, of course, is the upper bracket finals best of 3. PSG.LGD has the 1-0 advantage right now. They did meet in the group stage, and they did split, and that was PSG.LGD's only loss in the entire group stage, was the one single game to Secret. But you noted before, that was a game where they picked Death Prophet, which they haven't had the best of success with at this tournament.
Secret
smoke from Secret.
This
MKB
will be into
for
LGD's ward. If LGD have someone here breaking the smoke, Y could get caught. Gale Force.
Yeah, Gale Force. Oh, Force Staff though. He's still stuck inside, but not able to reach him is Secret. Very tense now.
Very quick on the Lotus there as well, Faith Beyond.
And we won't know when the next Roche is up for another 40 seconds. As Ame is Lotus Orbed. Has the Butterfly. He is pretty fat.
Yeah. Ascetics cap on him as well.
Well, this is Romania. This is a Transylvanian accent.
I don't know what that got. I have no idea where that came from. That's funny though. Pretty big item here. You're playing against some key stuns. And of course, just to recap how this works, whenever you get debuffed, you get 40% status resistance for 3 seconds. So it makes it harder for Secret to chain stun him, which is very important against especially Primal Roar. Also Shackle Shot. And it's all about, for PSG.LGD, it's all about getting their dispels off, right? Like getting the press the attacking, the BKB, and then they can stand their ground.
Roche is up in 40
Ame
seconds.
with an uncharacteristic mistake there.
What's that?
He was Boundless striking the mid-wave to push at the exact same time they smoked. So Smoke actually broke Boundless Strike being a physical ability.
Oh, Secret.
And this could give Secret some really good info, because now they're seeing Ame's movement.
Yeah, they do see this. They're going to de-ward is PSG.LGD, so... Secret. And of course, with the vision advantage, I mean, with just having a Beastmaster on your team, it'll allow you to be able to see Roche when he actually does spawn, if they want to put somebody in there, either a Hawk or a Boar. But pretty early respawn for Roche, and this is going to be number 4 Cinderin, so it's going to have Ags and Refresher Shard and Cheese, and of course Aegis to work with. So many items. 42 minutes in now. Whoop! I hear a roar, but the Force Staff to safety for nothing to say. That's 1 roar down, and again, he still has that Refresher Shard.
He used it instantly.
Oh, he used it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a bit of a loss here for Secret. That could have actually played a key role in their upcoming fight, but now Zai won't have it. That could have helped them get this Roche, which has just spawned, so 1 roar down, like you said. Pretty big deal. But that just goes out the window.
Do you know if they saw him pop it? Was it in vision?
Oh, the shard? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they saw him pop the shard.
Maybe they'd be more aggressive if they did not.
I was like, yeah, they did see him pop the roar. It was literally on one of their carries.
All right, thank you. And Faith Beyond with
Into
80 damage right now.
Nisha
into
double
Roche pit.
damage again.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of double damages at this tournament, I won't lie. Gale Force to try to create a little bit of space. You can see the save there from Faith Beyond.
This sets up for
Split
Splitter.
Earth. Yeah, this is going to be
here.
very annoying to deal with. And yeah, Secret just has to get the hell out of the Roche pit.
And it's very clear what the play call is for LGD. Stall out the DD. We don't want to fight into Gyro DD. Now it's gone.
Roche just so confused. Why won't anyone kill me? Why am I getting invisibly stunned constantly?
Over time, nothing to say could solo Roche here.
Very slowly, yes. I mean, if this was an old patch, the Monkey King, if he had Ags, he could solo it without even hitting it.
What is it that Greek myth is of the guy who needs to keep pushing up a boulder?
Oh, I don't know. Matu jumps in. Why is in a lot of trouble, but gets forced out to safety and gets the grip off as well. Matu does get the enrage off, so it's going to be difficult to kill, but the dual damage is there. And down goes Matu. 90 seconds does have buyback, though, and will expend it immediately. Wukong's command running out. There's the roar from Zai. Is there enough damage from Nisha to take out nothing to say? It's going to be close. He's getting the high ground. The power shot not going to be there in time, but Yapsor jumps in, gets the shackle, focus fire. It's still not enough damage. Nothing to say is invulnerable. Even the axes are dodged. Oh boy, Secret have to get this Roche. They have to get a pickup before going to Roche even. Matu just focusing on the kill itself. Burst Splitter's down. All right, Secret, they use a buyback. Very important one at that, but at least they get Roche and a bunch of items.
Yeah.
And Aghanim Scepter, is that going to be on... Yeah, that's going to be on Ursa. So you're going to have the lower cooldown on the Enrage, and you can use it while disabled. So Fiend's Grip essentially nullified if used correctly, Cinderin.
That's a really, really big counter to Bane. Still can't remove the duel. That will obviously stick, but it's huge for Secret to get this. They now have 2 cheeses, one on Io, one on Gyro, 2 more for a pizza.
Can you cast it while you're dueled? Like, I know it won't dispel, but does it activate
so. No,
like the...
I don't think so. You're silenced, right? So you shouldn't be able to. But yeah, that's a big one for Secret. Of course, insane that nothing to say from LGD manages to escape there. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Faith Beyond. They ended up layering the Yules and press the attack. And that was what set up for the Roar follow-up from Zai. And by some miracle, they still got him out of there on 50 health. So still going to be a difficult push for Secret, but obviously in a commanding position in terms of net worth. And you wonder what the call here is from LGD. Do they want to try to wait out the Aegis and then go for a kill on Matu? Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a timing window where he doesn't have Aegis or buyback. His buyback on a current cooldown of 6 minutes. Aegis lasts for 3.5. So any kill within that 2.5 minute span could be a potential game-winning move for LGD. But for now, obviously, in a very tough position, and Secret will just try to either just take more and more advantage and get more farm out of the map looking for key items, or they will see if they can somehow at any point find Y out of position with that Ursa so that they can build up a fight. Why will have buyback this time, though, if he gets caught?
Nisha just hit level 25, so he takes the talent for the flak cannon cooldown reduction.
Yep.
So that's going to have a pretty high uptime overall. 12 seconds cooldown in all. And Matu, the extra attacks coming out for him. Any big talents for PSG.LGD that we need to look out for?
Last 25. He just got the Edict talent.
Okay, yeah, that's... Whew. Yeah, if they win like one fight, they can just go throne with that
Monkey
thing.
obviously has the ring, and no one else is really close to anything. Elder Titan close to 20. We'll get the 100% cleave.
Okay.
That's no joke.
Okay.
Obviously also sitting on a Blink Dagger means that if he just gets the connection that he wants, he can kind of pick his target at any point, Jinkyu.
15k net worth lead for Suk. It doesn't feel like it though, does it to you? Maybe it's because they're playing LGD and they're just so crisp, but it feels really difficult to get another Rax here.
It's not an easy game to end, but Secret are definitely in a commanding position just from... Like when you look at the map and how it gets played by both teams, that is clearly that there's one team that's clearly behind and clearly ahead. But again, for me, the absolute net worth value is not equal. I feel like PSG.LGD's items do a little bit more bang for your buck there. We have a refresher on Ame now as well.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So 2 subsequent rings can be placed by Monkey King, can delay and defend for a very long time, and obviously if they have any sort of strong setup. A lot of the time what you do against Monkey King is you bait out the ring and then you disengage, and that just doesn't cut it against 2 of them.
Swift blink now on Matu.
Yeah, that's big.
Looking for wide, there's the roar! He's gonna get decimated! No, the force step again with the press of the attack! Beautiful shackle though, but not resulting in a kill for Secret.
So fast to react.
They're just instant. The press the attacks have been absolutely on point for Faith Beyond, and Force Staffs as well. Secret, that was their first attempt at getting a pickoff here. Of course, with this Aghanim Scepter on Gyro, can at least do chip damage, but the split arts are just so annoying to deal with. I don't know how you go high ground. It's only a minute left on Aegis, and I think they might have to just wait it out, Syndra.
Yeah.
Earth Splitter, Echo Stomp, Split Arts, Wukong's command.
I genuinely think LGD are going to smoke the moment this Aegis expires and try to find Matu. It's a game-winning... It's their only true win condition for the foreseeable future, but it's so high impact if they pull it off that they genuinely could just potentially end the game in 2 minutes.
Right.
If they have any wave that they can connect into the enemy base within a minute, 60 seconds is more than enough for Monkey King and Lesh to take the TFO towers.
That does feel very transparent. Like Secret should know that that is the win condition for LGD this game.
They definitely
Expect them to play ultra passive here as the Aegis is expiring shortly.
I feel like Io should be close to the Ursa right now just in case, but he is playing with Gyro. Secret are maximizing farm on the map, and Matu will... I thought for a second he was going to show himself mid-wave here.
Ame doesn't have buyback, by the way. 400 gold away from that. Just stuck in his own base. And Matu, it's 2.5 minutes and 1,100 gold. Despite that, everybody else has buyback. But if you're Secret, yeah, there's no way you're going high ground now. Let's just go for Roche number 5, maybe 6, maybe 7, so maybe we can get double digits this game. And I believe once you get to double digits, it just drops every item in the game at once and it's a free-for-all, right? That's what I heard at least.
Maybe in a future you don't assign Dota. Okay.
Oh, the Abyssal Blade, Matu, they're gonna find the kill onto Y. But again, buybacks in tow, and yep, Gem on the deck, but Faith Beyond able to recover it.
They were not ready that time with Faith Beyond. If you keep going for these quick pickoffs on Bane, eventually one is going to stick, and that one did, but... Well, the good news for Secret is it's buying time for Matu's buyback, and they're still controlling the map, so even if they can't go high ground, this is still a good play. Not the most impactful kill, but it's more about the time rather than Bane being out of play, almost. Nothing to say. Disarm, more stuns.
I don't know what to do here. If you're... Oh, Ame's going to jump in, get more staffed away thanks to the Hurricane Pike. And Bane, I mean, he's up in 15 anyway. Doesn't even have to expend the buyback. Gale Force just forcing them back. Oh, wait. All right. They jump in, but they're just immediately retreating here. Matu can't make up his mind. Going for the LC now. Gets forced out again. Matu is going to find the kill, but that's a buyback now for him. Matu able to Earthshock to the other side of the splitter. On the both the way. Boundless strength. What a god. Jin Q and company just decimating Secret now. Over aggressive without the buybacks to work with. And PSG.LGD hold big time. That boundless strike.
Oh my god. I think with Xinkyu in the middle of all of them, with Earth Splitter and the full natural order, I think that boundless strike did pure damage to all of Secret's heroes.
That was
love a replay of that one. That
sickening.
was absolutely stupid damage coming out from the two of them. Earth Splitter. Actually, Elder Titan did the most damage in that. Wait, that wasn't Elder Titan. Yes, it was. I take that back. Okay, look at this.
Yep.
So, I love the attempt here from Secret. Instant Ghost
Yeah, we're going to have a
Scepter.
buyback onto Matu. Not sure if we're going to have time to actually look at this
We're
replay.
gonna go back to live, I think.
Yep. Ame pops. That's the press the attack. Double buyback now for Secret. As you can see, no buyback for another 8 seconds on Matu. He does have the money, though. So trying to delay here. There's the fortification. And there's the buyback available if he wants to expend it.
They are going to keep going until this Ursa buys back.
Absolutely. And with this Diabolic Edict, the duel comes in onto Zai, but the Gale Force to try to counteract it. Wukong's command place as well. The jump in from Matu, that is a deletion of Legion Commander. No buyback, that's a dieback in fact. Matu, look at this Gale Force. That was a double Gale Force, I think. All this damage being applied to Monkey King, but Matu, if he gets taken out, that's a dieback from Matu. Double kill from GQ. LGD are doing it, Cinderin. It's a 1 for 3 with the buyback onto Y. And this is going to be multiple racks, if not more. GG's just called, just like that. Just one misstep from Secret and LGD capitalized.
That did not look like LGD were going to be able to win the game there. Secret got the first kill onto Legion Commander. Blink duels, they counteracted really nicely, but the damage is just... Again, this is what I've been talking about earlier. I find it so hard to go against a late game Elder Titan that's so farmed. Like, you look at the way LGD's heroes play together. He gets in the Astral Spirit, goes in with the Natural Order, blinks in, just starts hitting people. Earth Splitter wasn't even a part of that. He had it on cooldown from the base fight. Doesn't matter. Leshrac and Monkey King just get to absolutely shine with all of that resistance removed from Secret's heroes. Man, that was a sick game. Secret played super well in this game, in my opinion. But LGD, again, find a way to clinch victory.
And with that victory, PSG.LGD is in the grand finals of TI-10. And Secret down into the lower bracket finals to a